We're gonna resuspend oligos. We just got some oligos fresh from IDT. They are lyophilized, so if you shake them around you won't see anything. There's just a little bit of dry powder at the bottom. So I'm going to be showing you what do you do when you get oligos, because sometimes you get them and you have no idea what to do. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making 100 millimolar stocks. So if you look on the oligo, it's going to be hard to see on the phone. You'll see that this tube has 26.9 nanomoles in it. So we're going to add 269 microliters of water, and if you do the math, which I'm not going to try to do in my head right now, it just turns out that you get 100 millimoles of oligo DNA in here. So that number is going to be different for every tube, so you need to look at every single tube. That one was, what was this one? 269, this one is 236. So, or 23.6, and again, the trick is you just got to multiply that number by 10, and that's how many microliters of water you're going to be adding. So, I'm going to get my P1000, I'm going to look at this tube, it says 226.9, so 26.9 times 10 is 269, so I adjust to 200, and just right below that, 7. On the P1000, you can't be that accurate. Open up my tube, get my nice and clean water. Grab a little bit of water, and I'm just gonna squirt it in on the top and cap it, and I'm just gonna kind of do all of them at the same time. This one says it has 23.6 nanomoles, so 23.6 nanomoles times 10 is going to be 236 microliters of water. 236, so I just kind of do 235 about. I just have to approximate that one. Pull my water and squirt it on in, and then when I'm done I just kind of move it to the side so I know that I've processed that one. This one is 20.5 nanomoles, so again 20.5 times 10 is 205, so we'll set that to 205. So that's about halfway between the 0 and the 1 for the lowest number there. Put that down.
Yeah, we can have some really funny animations.
And you need to be careful when you're pipetting your water in, because if you get half of your volume in and half of it out, then you have no idea how much water you've squirted in, and those oligos, the concentration is just lost forever. You might need to reorder it. And then our final one is 24.4 nanomoles, so we can add 244 microliters of water. So 244, it's about there. Grab my water. Squirt it on in, and so now all of our oligo stocks have water and DNA in them, but they're not really that well mixed. So in order to make sure that they get very well mixed, we're going to give them a quick vortex. So I have 4. I'm just going to grab all 4 and give them a little buzz in the center on the vortex. I just try to buzz them for about 10-15 seconds. And this is probably overkill. Whatever. So they're probably good. Tap them down. And these are going to be your 100 millimolar stocks. These go in your box, and these don't actually get used for anything, for the most part. I actually am going to use these for a PCA. But if we were to use these as normal oligos to set up a PCR, we would actually be making 10 millimolar stocks. So in order to do that, you would just get a couple of 1.5 mil epi tubes, this kind, and you're going to label it. And you're going to want to take your P200 and set it to 90. So we want to have concentration 1/10 of this. So this is 100 millimolars, we want this to be 10 millimolars. So we're going to do 90 microliters of water, 10 microliters of our stock. So I would just set this to 90. And that's it. Grab a little bit of water. Put my water on in there, make sure everything looks about right volume-wise. And then with my P20, I'm going to set it to 10. This is already at 10. And then I can just grab 10 microliters and squirt it on in. And I set up tubes for all 4. I actually only need these outer 2, so I'm going to set these aside. So we've made this 10 millimolar stock, and now we're going to make a 10 millimolar stock right here. So same procedure. Let's get 90 microliters of water. Add it to your empty tube that has already been labeled. Check that tip. And then 10 microliters of your 100 millimolar stocks. Double check that the liquid looks about right. Looks good. Eject it. And then just give these a quick buzz. And then you're ready to go into a PCR reaction with your oligos. Otherwise, you're going to want to put them in the refrigerator once they have water added, because they're not that stable, and they will degrade relatively quickly if left at room